Fast forward in 3 years, and we see that Light has built an entire empire, in the deepest part of the abyss. He tells his legion of maids that they all did a good job today, and they all thank Master Light. Every single one of the girls is enamored by him, and they wonder if they used up all their luck in life just to be near him. One girl even takes it a step further, as she wishes that she could get a good whiff of his feet. They're getting far too out of control for May's liking, so she requests Light's permission to silence them. Light tells her that it's not so bad, because they just like him a lot and he lets them be. We then get a look at just how vast Light's empire is, as it contains several shops, and tons of people just living normal lives. Everyone greets Master Light, as they all love him and offer to serve him their best meals. Some of them are running out of supplies, but Light is a benevolent leader and he promises to inform the administration. May is on top of it as well, as she wants to take care of any issues immediately, so people don't get the wrong idea about how the empire is going. Light acknowledges that the population here has gotten much bigger the past 3 years, so he might have to revise the entire system. Light's next concern is the whereabouts of his other top warriors. They're all from level 9999 super ultra rare cards that he summoned, and May explains that they're all carrying out missions for him. The one named Aoyuki has been scouting the upper perimeter of the abyss and making maps. The forests around the abyss are crawling with monsters, but Light is sure that it will be no problem for a genius tamer like Aoyuki. The next warrior is Ellie, who has been working hard to develop new magic in line with Light's grand plan. Light has a lot of things going on at once, so he just hopes that Ellie doesn't get overwhelmed trying to keep up with his plan. Another warrior is named Nazuna, and she's out patrolling the castle grounds as usual. She is an expert at close-range combat, so she makes the perfect guard. May adds that Nazuna might not be the smartest person in the world, but she's definitely a blast to be around. Back in the castle, May is annoyed to find that a certain someone was waiting for Light. It's the level 7777 warrior named Jack, and May must remind him to address Master Light more formally. Light allows it though, as he sees Jack as an older brother figure. The two guys head outside to do some training, and Light says that the gloves are coming off today. Neither of them will be holding back, and Light starts the match with a quick attack right to Jack's gut. Jack is impressed as he was pushed back, but he points out that people don't call him the iron-blooded barricade for nothing. Light's attack would have ended the life of anyone else, but Jack is a powerhouse. The two continue sparring, and we see that Nazuna is dutifully patrolling the castle. Nazuna tells the maids that she's carrying out an order from Master Light and it's a super important job. All the maids flatter her by saying that they're glad to have someone like her protecting them, and Nazuna does her best to stay humble as she is simply doing her job. Nazuna isn't sure about where she wants top patrol next, so the maids reveal that they have a request for her. They want her to check a certain area because it's off limits for them. This area turns out to be Light's bedroom, so May can only wonder why Nazuna is knocking on his door. Nazuna reveals that she wants to patrol inside, but May explains that Light's room is already very secure. Nazuna catches her off guard by reminding May that Light is out training and wondering what she's doing in his room. May explains that it's a maid's duty to always stay busy, but Nazuna just ignores her and makes her way inside. Nazuna is very observant as it looks like someone was just rolling around on Light's bed. That isn't all, as someone seemed to be kicking their legs up while sniffing the pillows. May is a quick thinker though, and explains that this is just her unique bed-making style. She says it's a trade secret, so Nazuna can't tell anyone, and Nazuna completely falls for it. She thinks it's an incredible skill May has, and she tells May that she really does live up to her reputation as Light's first summon. The other maids also sent Nazuna with a message, and it informs May that they're unhappy with her monopoly in Light's room. They demand that May give everyone the right to clean it, and they have started a petition to have May removed as head maid. They declare that her tyrannical rule will soon be overran, and they tell her to get wrecked. Nazuna wonders if there's anything she can do to help, but May says that it's her responsibility to address the fairy maids personally. She thanks Nazuna for her work, and Nazuna is delighted when May gives her a tip. Nazuna instantly goes to spend her money at a shop, where they just received a shipment of delicious snacks. Nazuna refuses to be swayed by mid-tier foods, as where her stomach really craves are milk, pancakes and witches. Nazuna slams the snacks into her face and finds Ayuki in the castle. Ayuki was supposed to be scouting the forest around the abyss, so Nazuna wonders what she's doing. Ayuki speaks in meows, but Nazuna can't understand what she says the way Light does. The genius Nazuna takes a stab at trying to guess what she's saying, but it doesn't go well. She wonders if Ayuki needs help cutting trees down in the forest to make scouting easier, but that doesn't seem to be it. Nazuna guesses that Ayuki ran into a powerful monster that she couldn't defeat, but that isn't it either. Nazuna acknowledges that Ayuki was summoned before her, but she points out that she looks like the older and stronger one. Because of this, she tells Ayuki to not hesitate to depend on her if she ever needs to. Ayuki gets fed up, so she talks normally and reveals that she completed the mission without encountering any threats. She finished the part of the map that Mei wanted her to, and she just came back to deliver it. Back inside, Nazuna is pleased to see that her patrol has gone well, but she's disappointed after not seeing Light all day. After a quick check to make sure she's alone, Nazuna hops onto Light's throne. She thinks about how he always looks so cool sitting on it, and she wishes that he was here now. Just Nazuna is horrified after she breaks off a piece of Master Light's throne. She quickly slaps the wing back onto the angel and runs for her life. Back outside the castle, the two guys are still going at it, but they agree to call it a day. As they recover, Jack points out that Light has pretty much mastered how to use his body as a weapon. Light is incredibly humble though, and credits Jack for teaching him. Light has gotten extremely powerful from their training, so Jack says that only a select few can hold their own against him down here in the Abyss. The Abyss is home to the strongest beings on the planet, so that means that there are even less people that can hold their own against him on the surface. However, Jack says all this just to remind Light that there are still beings out there that are stronger than him. Light acknowledges his warning as the surface world is full of unknowns, and he swears not to ever let his guard down. Light is determined to stay alive at all cost, as he must see his revenge through till the very end. Nearby, Mei addresses the other maids, but they act like they don't know why she wanted to meet with them. Mei recites the message they sent her line for line, including the get wrecked part, so the all maids apologize. They don't even know how to explain themselves, so they come up with an excuse. They say that they know how busy Mei is all the time, and they just wanted to help lighten her load. They have other excuses as well, but that doesn't explain why they told Mei to get wrecked at the end of their message. There is no good lie for that one. And what's worse is that they sent Nazuna to deliver the message, instead of meeting her face to face. The girls' once unified team begins to fall apart as they blame each other, but Mei has said enough. She rejects their request to clean Light's room, and instead she orders them to clean the hallway that leads to that throne room. To make things even more tough on them, she orders them to do it entirely by hand. The hallway is insanely long, so the girls think it will be impossible, but Mei assures them that they will get it done. Mei will soon be going to the surface on a mission for Light, so she expects the girls to work diligently while she's gone. Elsewhere, Nazuna wishes that she could buy a sweet-looking weapon, and Ellie's surprised to find her here. She assumes that Nazuna is looking for candy, but Nazuna is just admiring the craftsmanship of some battle gloves. Nazuna thought that Ellie would be out, doing construction work or performing an inspection as usual, but Ellie is actually taking a break. Everything is going so well that she had enough time on her hands to relax. Ellie thinks that Nazuna is a little slower in the head than usual, but Nazuna proves that she's not by reciting her times tables. Unfortunately, she's wrong right from the start, so Ellie mocks her, and they begin to argue. Ellie points out that Light has made her a fundamental part of his plans for revenge, unlike Nazuna and her tiny brain. Nazuna is quick to point out that her patrolling is very important, but Ellie says it's nothing compared to what she does. Ellie reveals that she just had tea with Light to discuss the progress of the plan, and she taunts Nazuna by saying the next time she will book a private room for them. Nazuna desperately wants to have tea with Light as well, but Ellie can't believe that that was a part of her story that Nazuna was jealous of. Nazuna doesn't know what else there could be, so Ellie points out that there's something else that makes the fire of jealousy burn even more. Nazuna completely misses what she's trying to say and just assumes that Ellie is talking about magic. She thinks that Ellie's concerned about not being able to defend herself without magic someday, so she offers her help whenever Ellie needs it. Ellie concedes and says that she will, leaving Nazuna to happily walk away. She returns to patrolling, and Ellie can only think about how Nazuna is one of a kind. Back in the castle, the four mates complain about how they ended up in trouble when they had a valid complaint about their boss. She is the boss though, so they can't really do anything as Mei is basically untouchable. They all wish that they could be cleaning Light's room right now, where they would all run their noses through his sheets. The girl that always takes it a step further makes it even crazier by saying that she wants to lick all his used utensils. The other girls call her a freak at first, but eventually they all admit that they would do the same. The girls can't help but think about how Mei was the first to be summoned. It took a whole another 3 months before Ayuki was summoned as the second one, so the girls can only wonder what they did while they were all alone. Their minds go to crazy places as they think about how pure and oblivious life can be. Sometimes they were a young boy and girl alone in a deadly dungeon, and they can't believe how lucky Mei was. They are overwhelmed with jealousy, and they wish that they could turn their anger into a curse that they can put on Mei. They give it a shot, but are soon shocked when Mei appears. They all thought that she was on a mission, but she hasn't left yet. Mei explains that she heard them chanting "die" over and over again, and she demands an explanation. They all change their tune to act like they have always been loyal to her, but Mei isn't buying it. The girls finally admit that they were overwhelmed with jealousy, especially because May was able to spend so much time alone with Light. May points out that she's under no obligation to reveal anything, but she will just to be nice to them. She reveals that during the 3 months prior to Ayuki being summoned, Light spent the entire time reading tons of books and practicing every kind of martial art. He was consumed by his desire to become stronger, and there was never time for them to do any of the vulgar things that the maids had been thinking about. May has been feeling like she was being too harsh on the girls and that her orders were unreasonable. She was thinking about taking it easy on them, but she realizes now that she was wrong. The girls don't seem to have learned anything, so May orders them to clean the throne room as well. That will take forever, but May points out that they should have the time since they were using so much of it to curse her. May gets very serious as she tells them to acknowledge her order, and the girls do. They get to work, but they don't think they'll finish anytime soon. Things then take a terrible turn as the wing Nazuna broke earlier falls off. In Nazuna room, she's relieved to have another successful day of protecting the peace under her belt. Of course, she's still disappointed after not seeing Light all day, and she wishes that he would give her the order that she wants the most. She wants him to send her to the surface so she can destroy all the people that betrayed him. Nazuna calms down as she hopes that she can see Light the next day, and she falls asleep. The next morning, Light leaves castle to find Ellie and Nazuna bickering as always. Nazuna is elated to see that her wish from last night came true as she gets to see Light again. Light can't help but treat Ayuki like a cat, but the other girls quickly get jealous. Suddenly, a beast, just like the one Light first encountered in the abyss, appears. Light still trembles with fear whenever he sees one of these hellhounds because of that traumatic day. But things are different now. Light has his fearsome warriors by his side, and they're ready for battle at a moment's notice. Nazuna's ditzy demeanor has completely changed, as she is furious to see that a mere training mutt has dared to challenge Light while she's around. Ellie's just as angry as she plans to teach this beast a lesson. Ayuki's disgusted as well as the hellhound's presence alone is upsetting Light, so she vows to eliminate their entire species. Their strength is on full display as they tell the beast to prepare for the full might of their level 9999 power. Light calmly stops them and explains that he's okay now. The girls quickly obey his order and stand down. Light surprisingly apologizes to the monster for spooking it, and he thinks about how the girls would definitely wipe out all the hellhounds in the entire world if he gave the order. Just then, Light reveals what he came to talk to them about. He just got word from May that her mission was a success, and it's finally time for them to put their plan into motion. Their prey has taken the bait and they're ready to move on to step 2. The girls don't like how May was able to go ahead of them, but they're all excited to be moving forward with the plan. Light leads them and declares that it's time to serve his first dish of revenge that has been 3 years in the making. In the City of Wolves, we see one of Light's targets. It's Garu. And he walks around the city while people cheer him on as a hero, completely unaware of the vengeance that's coming for him. On the other hand, Garu said if you like and subscribe to this video, that helps Mizuwai make more recap content for his viewers. Then activate the notification bell so you always updated. See you on next video.